Bam.
Let's
We're here.
go. We ready?
We're on. I don't know if you guys can hear any music. Um, no, you can't. You can't hear any
Nah,
music.
it's not. It's nothing. So
It's
we can
not
just
going
get
through.
started.
It's not going through.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Um, we don't have a song to sing for you. Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace. How sweet it is. And we are on. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. It's Wednesday on a Sports Wednesday. And we have a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. Let's just get it off with birthdays. Get our birthdays out the way. Um, wow. I forgot we had prayer. We have to do a prayer. And since our
Yeah.
main minister is not here, you want to take this one?
You can take it. That's what you do. It's not what we. It's not. It's not what. It's not about what you do. It's just that we all have our role on this. Let's go, man. I'm deferring to you as you.
You're deferring to me in this. Yeah, this would be the only time he defers to me in anything. So let's just get this started. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you. We thank you for being here. We thank you for having the opportunity to be with us today. We want to thank God for giving us the opportunity for being here today because those of us who have many miles on us, such as me, um, being here is a blessing. I didn't have to be here, and there's plenty of instances where Mr. Wright didn't have to be here. There's all kinds of situations that happen in our life that somehow we were able to make it through, and others were not able to make it through. So we give thanks for that. We give thanks for all the blessings that we receive, and we want you to receive them too. So never forget to pray. Write down the things that you want in life. Write them down today. Make 10 things that you want in the next year, 5 to 10 years, 10 years, just all in one item list. And pray on them. When you remember, I put them in my wallet and they started coming true. I will remember to pray on them sometime, but just having them close to me and saying that I wanted these things to happen would happen. Almost everything that I wanted to happen has happened. And I want to tell you, prayers do come true. So pray for me. I will pray for you. And I pray that this week goes well with you and that you have good health and wealth. Amen.
Amen.
Well, not as good as Eric's, but you know what? When I have to fill in, I can fill in. I just throw, I can get into it. It's like Derek White coming off the bench. I can come off the bench and do what I have to do.
Okay. All right. We comparing ourselves to Derek White now. Okay.
If somebody,
I
yep, I
got
come
it.
off the bench. I do. You know what? You want me? You need me? You got me. Birthdays, birthdays. August 13th, August 14th, and August 15th are the days we're going to cover. And August 13th was yesterday. And that's very important for the New England Patriots and all us New England Patriot fans because, well, Jason and Devin McCourty were born on August 13th. What are they? What was it, 1987? So I think that makes them 37 years old, right?
87, 24, 37 years old. Correct. Yes.
87. Yep. Devin and Jason McCourty out of Rutgers. Devin played with the Patriots, and Marlon, I've been watching the 2016 season. I watched that for the past 2 weeks. Now I'm on the 2014. I'm on 2004 season. He's not on there yet, but the 2014 to 2016 season were the seasons that they won, two of their championships. And Devin McCourty's really good. He's really good. He's better than I thought he was. He's better than I realized.
He didn't start slowing down to the year he was about to retire.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What years were you watching? You said you was watching 2000 what and what?
2014 to 2016.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. He was drafted in what 2000 what 16? 10, right?
Yeah, something like that. It was after I
2000.
was watching the
Yeah.
2004 season, so I got kind of confused. And we'll talk about 2004 season. But glad to see you, Eric. Devin McCourty's really good.
Yeah, yeah. He's been solid. He was a mainstay. Like I had mentioned in one of the previous shows that we did that the Patriots always had an anchor in that defense during the dynasty. And we were questioning whether or not that anchor exists now. And I think I said right now, I think they're deferring to Jabril Peppers. But the last, I would say during the dynasty, they've always had an anchor. You know, anybody from Loyal Malloy down to Rodney Harrison
yeah.
to you know,
Vrabel,
Devin McCourty.
Bruschi, McGinnis, you know, they went on and on. But this guy makes tough tackles. I mean, some really big guys. I mean, he's not the biggest guy, but this guy was fearless, making tackles on some huge tight ends and some rambling running backs. So I'm like, this guy, wow. You know, I didn't appreciate how good he was. Jason McCourty and Devin McCourty and Jason, his brother, came over for the 2018, you know, Super Bowl, and they won that. So two brothers were in the Super Bowl and won it together. Thank you, Devin. Thank you, Jason. You gave us some really good years, and very appreciative of it.
Yeah, Devin was only 5'10".
Yeah, but this guy would take on some huge tight
Rodney
ends.
Harrison was about the same height too, and they would bring him down. Yeah, technique,
man,
take you a long ways.
That was my point. When I wasn't talking about defensive names, I was talking about defensive backs. Like I said, from Loyal Malloy to Rodney Harrison to those guys all held the defensive back team. They anchored it. All those guys, they anchored the defensive backs, not the defensive line or, you know, anything. Like we're talking about the backfield, the way the defense, the way they kept it, the discipline. They kept players in the right spot. They called plays. It was those three guys for the last 20 years.
Yeah, they were very good. And so thank you very much, McCourty brothers. Moving on, we have a guy that, okay, listen, I have to give him his props. Magic Johnson, his birthday is today. Yeah, Magic Johnson, happy birthday, Magic. You know what? I think I don't like Magic because he was so good. And he was a competitor. I was telling Eric today, you know, I mean, him, Larry, Bill Russell, and Michael Jordan, you have to beat them. I mean, you have to darn near. That's what I mean. That's how tough they are. They will not give up if there's an inch of breath left in them, and you really have to work overtime if you want to beat one of these guys, because, I mean, Magic was one of those guys. He wasn't the greatest shooter. Magic was a decent rebounder, though. He'll surprise you. And, you know, he just had a lot of intangibles. And most of all, his enthusiasm and his willingness to work was unbelievable.
He maximized his circle. So he was a great passer. So he would do things that Worthy won't have to work too hard for, just be in the right place. Abdul wouldn't have to be working too hard, just be in the right place, you know?
Yeah.
He would make it happen.
Yeah. He was unbelievable competitor.
He's almost like Magic Marlin, you know?
Yeah.
You know what? I like the word he used, almost. I like that, man. Almost. Magic
was born the same year as me. I didn't know that. I was way out of, you know.
Well, do you guys realize? I mean, we know who brought the NBA back, right? Magic and Bird. But you know, Bird was born 3 years before him.
Yeah, Bird is older than him.
Yeah, Bird didn't come in the league until he was about 24 years old.
Yeah, well, you know,
people don't realize that.
Yeah, Bird. You know, he liked basketball. I don't know what Bird's problem was. Life was just life. But we got to remember also he had a rough upbringing. His father died when he was 13, suicide. So, you know, he really didn't. Basketball was high up there, but he kind of like just life. You know, I don't know how to put it. Basketball was not his everything.
Bird came in 1978.
Same year as
Magic. No, not the 78, the 79 team. The 79.
78-79 team. Same thing, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was drafted in 78, though.
Well,
I think
he and Magic come into 70, but Eric is right. He's drafted in 78 because Red Auerbach drafted him a year before.
Right. Yeah.
Because they had territorial rights then or something, and he was able to draft Bird. I don't even know how this worked, but he did it a year early and just hoped that he would pan out his senior year the way he did, and he did.
Red Auerbach took a big chance when he drafted Larry Bird, number 6 overall in 1978, not because there was any questions about Bird's talent, but because he made a promise to his mother to play his senior season at Indiana State University.
Yep.
Correct.
So that game between Indiana State and Michigan State was in '79.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 79.
But moving right along.
Who else we got? Who's next on the list here?
Sam the Bam Cunningham.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I had to put him in there.
You jumped over Vrabel. You jumped over Vrabel, Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel is also today. Yeah, Mike Vrabel's birthday is today. Yeah. The Ohio State Buckeye, just like Jesse Owens. It's like Terry Glenn.
We still have to wonder why Mike Vrabel didn't get a head coaching job. There's something there that not very many people are talking about, but he did a great job at Tennessee, or at least it appeared that he did a great job. There's some inside stuff that we don't know anything about, but he didn't get a head coaching job when there were a lot of opportunities this season. He didn't get one along with Belichick. You have to wonder what's going on.
Well, they say that Belichick's going to end up with Dallas if Dallas don't do well the first half of their season.
No, but that's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. CD Lamb has to side with them. Who they got for running backs? They had Tony Pollard. He's gone. They brought back
Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused because we can go down that road, man, for the next 2 hours.
I'm just saying. You know, we talk about Dallas.
Yeah. That's why I said 2 hours. 2 hours of a mess down there. Yeah. So I just want to pull us back on focus because we can easily get jerked in the wrong direction with Dallas.
All right, we're back on focus. We're back on track here.
Next guy is Sam Cunningham. Sam Cunningham, April 15th, born 1950. Happy birthday,
1950. Sam Cunningham. What did we got for him? Right there. Happy birthday, Sam Cunningham. And Sam had to gain yards back in the 70s. When those yards were, a 1,000-yard runner was really a 1,000-yard runner because they did it in 14 games. And man, it was rough back then. And, you couldn't cry. You didn't get penalties. Hardly anybody got penalties. I mean, you had to do something egregious in order to get a penalty as a defensive player. You could really rough up players. And Sam came in on a really bad team, in, I believe, 1971. And, he just showed out from then on. Yeah,
he was definitely a pounder. He pounded that. He punished the defense like like a lot of these players do now. Like Derrick Henry punishes defense.
He was before. He was before the Earl Campbells.
Yeah,
he was before Earl Campbell. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sam was a tough guy, and his brother is Randall Cunningham.
Really?
For the Eagles.
Really?
Yeah. They were brothers. Yep. And Randall Cunningham had a great career with the Eagles.
And later with the Vikings with Randy Moss.
That's right. That's
Just
right.
throw that ball up there, baby. You know what? You can get it up in the air. I can catch it. So
he was there before.
And he recently died in 2021. So I really wanted to say happy birthday and condolences to the family because he brings such fond memories to all of us New England fans who grew up, with Sam Cunningham on the team, New England Patriots. Unbelievable player, unbelievable speaker, unbelievable motivator, and just the most down-to-earth guy. He just came to play the game, but he was eloquent, and really wanted to thank the family.
Yeah, he was down there with the old Steve Grogan. All right, good work.
Yeah, Steve Grogan, Mosey Tutupu. He was back there with some great guys, man.
He was back there with Jim Plunkett. That's how bad.
Russ Francis.
Yep.
Russ Francis was us tight end.
Sam Adams, offensive lineman.
Yep. Leon Gray, John Hanna.
Oh, big John Hanna. Yeah. Leon Gray, that offensive line, man. Steve Nelson. Yeah, those guys were back then.
That's right.
Steve Nelson was. Yeah. We had a lot of great players. We just didn't have a great team.
Didn't have a great team. We know Patriots. All right,
Ron
gentlemen.
Earhart was the coach back, by the way.
Earhart. He was. Ron Earhart. I mean, the Sullivans and that whole team, that's another 2-hour journey down memory lane, talking about the Sullivans and all the things that were happening, catching fire in the stadium. It's just craziness. Oh my gosh! But those are the Patriots, and then they became these Patriots, the Patriots that we now know, the dynasty. Who knew?
We got 20 years out of it, so now we have to go back into rebuilding mode, and we're going to see a whole lot of people come and go, and come and go,
come and go. And I'm going to give you an analogy. Eddie Murphy meets Rodney Dangerfield. And one of his first things, Rodney Dangerfield's the big guy. He's the big guy. He's on top of everything. And Eddie Murphy's like, he comes in and he does his act. And so he asked Rodney Dangerfield, what do you think of my act? And he said, well, between the race jokes and the cursing and the swearing, kid, I don't know if you're on the right track. Then he says he meets Rodney Dangerfield like 7 years later when he's doing Saturday Night Live and he's done some movies. They're in the bathroom at Vegas. He's in the bathroom. Rodney Dangerfield walks in and goes to the urinal next to him. He looks over at Eddie and he goes, hey, kid, who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew that the Patriots were going to become the Bill Belichick and Tom Brady Patriots? Because nobody saw that coming. Nobody in New England in the 70s or 80s saw that coming. Thank you very much, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. We are very appreciative. Now, we move on to the Olympics. The Olympics have closed, guys. And what's our agenda say for the Olympics here? How do we approach this? What takeaways do you have on the medal count?
Well, you guys know how I feel about the medal count. We're a big country. We're bigger than most countries that competed. So, it's no surprise that we're going to dominate in so many different sports because everything can be done here. So if you want an elevation for the distance runners, they can do it here. If you want heat, you want water, you want whatever you want, you're here. Which is why a lot of these athletes from other countries, they actually live here, but they're representing other countries. So it's no surprise that we dominate the medal count, considering the amount of athletes that we bring to the Olympics.
I want to ask a question because you always bring this up. Do you think that we should allow that? I mean, if you live here, you should not be able to represent another. I think you should have to declare nationality to this country and represent here.
Well, I think the question would lie, are they United States citizens? So they may be just here on a visa playing, but not an actual citizen. So if they're not a citizen, then they're still a member of their country. So therefore, they play for their country. However, if they have declared to be United States citizens, been accepted in this country, then I think they should be with us.
Well, that gets a little convoluted because a lot of times these athletes have dual citizenship.
This is true.
You know what I mean? So I think it's up to your grandparents. I think if you can go as far back in the family lineage that if your grandparents are from one place, you have the decision to make of whether or not you want to represent the country you live in or a company that your heritage began. So there's clear outlines, and they pretty much fall.
I only want the good players, not the ones who are mediocre. They can go represent.
Now hold on. So now you're being nitpicky. You can't be nitpicky. Either the rules are going to be the rules, or there are no rules. No rules is what? It's chaos.
We have to massage. We're gonna have to massage the rules. So joking should be playing for the United States, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, we didn't.
Wouldn't happen.
Hey, we didn't need. Hey, we didn't even need Tatum. So we didn't need him.
What are you talking about?
We didn't need Tatum.
He didn't play. The games would have been blown out if Tatum had to play. But
we didn't need Jaylen Brown. We didn't need nobody. We just
We'll get to that. We have some work to do with Tatum. That's going to come a little bit later. The medal count. Were there any standouts?
We got
any
40
oddities?
We got 40 gold. We got 44 silver. We have 42 bronze, totaling 126 total medals for the United States. We're tied with China.
Tied with China with the gold.
On the gold. Just on the gold.
Just on the gold. Tied with China, and it was a long fight to fight because we had to get the last few to tie them. They were ahead for the most time. We had to get the last few to tie China. Now the only question is whether or not that last bronze is going to stand because of the gymnast that lost her bronze.
Right.
So we'll see how that works out. But last I heard, the Olympic Committee just decided that they're not even going to hear the appeal. and she's going to lose it, and they're going to run with that, which I think is quite interesting. But
Well,
again, that's a whole nother conversation.
Especially when they let transgender people in there with X chromosomes. And China swimmers, 12 of them were caught doping, and they still let them back in there and swim.
Yeah. So
there were a lot of violations.
Yes.
Yeah, we know that there's no trust in the Olympic Committee. We know it's just a mess. It's going to remain a mess. Nothing's going to change. It's like boxing over years. It was corrupt as you know what, and they just continued. As long as it was entertaining, everybody looked the other way. So they're not going to clean up that committee.
Who was at the very bottom on medals?
I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of countries that only got one medal.
Beijing, China, which we talked about. Not Beijing, China, but Hong Kong, China. The ones who are offering $700,000 for a gold medal, they only got 2 of them.
Yeah, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 8 that had 1.
Yeah.
One bronze.
Yeah. And there were a couple that didn't get any, like South Sudan. Remember now, what is that one that Julian was the one who won the 100-yard dash? That was her country's
that's
first.
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia.
That was St. Lucia. You're talking about Julian Allison.
Oh yeah, she
lives in the U.S.
See, she should have been. See, she shouldn't have been able to run for St. Kitts. You know, she should. Since she lived here, we should have been able to claim her. Should be some claiming rights here.
Yeah. St. Lucia got 1 gold, 1 silver, total of 2.
Cabo Verde got 1 for all the Cape Verdeans that are here in the Massachusetts area. New Bedford, Dorchester, Mattapan, Brockton. You got a bronze.
I think that was the first time. I think that was the first one I had ever seen Cape Verde get in the Olympics.
Cape Verde got a bronze, baby. You got a bronze.
I assure you, going forward, they're going to be well represented going forward.
I don't think so.
They'll do better than that.
The reason
they'll probably do better than the bronze.
Right. They'll do better than just 1 or maybe 2 medals because the population is growing, and it's like how long are you going to go without getting athletes that are competing on that level?
Either that or fall out completely.
Listen, they're only a collection of islands, and I don't know. I was going to say this, but then I'm looking at the third. The medal winner is Japan, and Japan is really just an island too, just a collection of islands. So maybe if they can do it, but Japan is leap years ahead of Cape Verde in terms of technology and the cities. We'll see. I don't think so, Cape Verde. Good luck. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think it's gonna. I think you. If you can get 10 gold medals, man, you guys. I don't even know how you're gonna do that.
Well, we're not saying 10 in one Olympics, but over time they'll improve. Just look at Jamaica. Jamaica is not a very big island, you know that, but they're stacking medals every Olympics.
They didn't stack many this Olympics, did they?
Not this time, but they have some. They're building on what they've already had.
Yeah, they need to get back to building because I don't think they got any this year.
They got a total of 6. They got 1 gold, they got 3 silver, 2 bronze, total of 6.
They're stacking on what they built.
It depends on the GMP. I mean, which moves us to our next topic. Have you guys checked out the events? Some of the events on these, skateboarding, sport climbing, surfing, trampoline, artistic swimming, break dancing, rhythm gymnastics. Who's making this crap up?
Well, if you watched any Olympics in the past, they've always brought in something that you're like, how did that get? Do you guys remember the year badminton was in there?
And badminton is still in there.
It's okay. So that's one that I question.
Yeah,
remember remember the one they had synchronized swimming?
Yeah.
So they always put in something in. Chess at one point, I don't know if it still is, was an Olympic sport. So again, like I said, this is nothing new. They're just coming up with things that are relevant to today's society. But they're always putting something weird in there that you're wondering, how is it even a sport?
I don't consider these things relevant to today's society. I think they're just somebody paid them a lot of money to put it in, so somebody that they know could win. Because
isn't that reminiscent of today's society? Someone pays somebody to get something in.
It's not reminiscent of today's society.
Well, it's very inclusive, so they're including everyone as they've been trying to do every year. I mean, and every year it changes. And adding. What's the pickleballs? Pickleball will be in there next. Is that what it's called?
Pickleball's definitely coming in. I mean, just look at the X Games, right? Look at the skateboarding and biking. I mean, that's reminiscent of today's society than it was
but
back in the 70s.
Wait a minute. Leave that with little fringe events like the X Games, okay? Don't bring that into something stately and classic like the Olympics, okay? There should be a model.
Wait. Did you not see the torch? Did you not see the torch coming in?
Yeah, Clay's
there was no class from the beginning, man. Class is gone.
It's gone. Like James said, he's delusional.
But guys, that's nothing to celebrate about.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying the class is gone.
No, we should be demanding that it be brought back. Because this is okay. To who? The same committee we just got finished talking about how we know it's not. They're not credible. The same committee. Well, here's my point. If you don't demand anything, you will get nothing. So, I mean, there should be some sort of outcry saying, "Hey, listen." You guys, because we're old enough, we remember breakdancing in the '80s. Breakdancing went out in the '90s. It's now 2024.
Do you think it went out, or do you just think it's no longer a part of the world that you live in?
It went out, okay? Because I remember the guys with the cardboard boxes. You remember they used to walk around with the cardboard, and then they throw them on the ground, and then they start breakdancing in Copley and down there in the Street.
Hey, Clay, in case you haven't been downtown in a while, they still do it across from City Hall.
That's why I said the world that you live in, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you, when I was in Athens, Greece, they were doing it out in front of some of the more historical venues that you wouldn't think to see it.
So it's not in your travels.
Hey, where's the cricket's button now?
Hold on. Let me find that cricket's button. I can get it for you. But what I'm thinking is, I don't care if it's done in Greece. I don't care if it's done in America. It's below standards of what we should want. Of classic judo, wrestling, Greco wrestling, guys running the 100-yard dash and the 200-yard dash and hurdles and all the good classic men's stuff. It's what I'm talking about.
Clay, but I said it to you earlier, right? Is unless we can grab a hold of the younger generation that are still impressionable and raise them to be that generation to think with class and to do things the way we see it, it is not going to happen. Because nowadays they're in a whole nother level of what their class is. And just like if you say, hey, we're going out to a black tie affair, and this should be all you have to say. But when you get there, you're going to have people that's going to show up in jeans. You're going to have people that show up with their sagging jeans. You're going to have people that's going to show up in T-shirts and all of that, because what you know it to be and what they know it to be, it's just two different worlds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They have to be taught. What else do we have on this agenda with these Summer Olympics here? We're moving right along.
I think we were talking about we were talking about all the different. We were talking about Jason Tatum on the basketball team, but even the basketball team winning. But I'm just saying, as a whole.
Hold on to that thought, because that's going to be the segue that we're going into on this one. China cheating as usual. I mean,
yeah, but you were talking about classic. But you were talking about class in the Olympics, or the way it used to be. There's nothing old about China cheating. I mean, nothing new. There's nothing new about China cheating. I know that communist countries have been doing it for so long. It's like You want to bring it back to the way it was, but it is the way it was.
No, that's two different things. With China cheating and what it used to be are two different things. China, you're right, but it's been the communist countries that, I remember when the East Germans were doping it up, and
East Germans, yeah, all those countries were doing whatever it took to gain some type of dominance in the Olympics because that was the only place they were going to do it. Otherwise, you just had two world superpowers that were just, head over heels ahead of everybody. So the only way you can gain some type of dominance is to show the world that we exist. Romania. No one talked about Romania unless it was the gymnastics back in the 70s.
right?
No one talked about, certain countries unless they did well in the Olympics. That was the way they could do it. They couldn't do it no other way.
Well, yeah, bro. East Germany is no longer there, so that they can't do that anymore. So now China has taken the lead when it comes to cheating in the Olympics, and I guess we're not surprised because this is what we expect from China. And then everything's okay. That's our normal relations. China's cheating. That's the way life goes.
Well, they like the substances. They want to add substance to the games and substance to the way they swim. So they have to deal with the substances that are banned since 2022 in order for them to get advanced in the 2024 Olympics. You must see, Clay and Marlon, that we must add something in order to beat America. We cannot come to America just natural and beat them that way. We got to add some type of substance to the situation that allows us to beat the United States. So we allow them to do that because they still lose.
Yeah, they still lose. Here we go they wanted the trampoline Olympics. I mean, the trampoline gymnastics and the rhythmic gymnastics. They won things in them. Here's where they really dominated: table tennis. They killed everybody in table tennis. 5 goals, 1 silver. You just can't beat Chinese people when it comes to table tennis. I don't know what it is. They're good, but they also won in boxing and they won in badminton too.
Man. Yeah, no one over here, man. You know what table tennis is, man? It's ping pong over here.
Yeah, ping pong.
That's what it is over here. So that's why we start off by losing, because we're playing ping pong, they're playing table tennis.
Ping pong.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's hard. It's hard, man. But we don't make a big deal about things that are even the big sports over here, like tennis. Like no one's making a big deal about who won gold in tennis.
No
one's making a big deal about who won golf.
No,
those are big sports here, but no one's making a big deal. So we're just talking about the stuff because it's fun to talk about. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, you look at all these things, you're like, well, I didn't even know that was, or we know everything about there is to know about golf and tennis. No one's making a big deal of it, but I again, it's the Olympics, man. We know what we look for. We look for the track and field.
Yeah.
That's the part that we really need to figure out why they're not promoting more about track and field. That's because clearly that's the most exciting part of the Olympics.
Well, yeah. Track and field is exciting. Always has been. From the days of Bullet Bob Hayes or Jesse Owens, track and field, it's been one of the more important events in the Olympics. And I mean, we've got a lot of good athletes that came out of track and field. So last but not least, the transgender men, since we're talking about cheating, transgender men cheating in the women's boxing division. I mean, because that's basically what it is. I mean, I
don't even have nothing to say about that. I just think that's just, again, we appeal to something to a board of people that you have no respect for. So I don't know why they make the decisions that they make, why they have inclusions that leave us all scratching our heads. They wanted to make a big deal about the Blade Runner. Remember the guy who had the blades when he was running because it wasn't
right. I remember him.
Right. I mean, man, I think he's still incarcerated. But at the end of the day, that was nothing like this guy beating up on other women. nothing like that.
Nothing like that. I mean,
there's just no way I can get out of my body to become an ultimate or altered somebody that I'm really not. So no matter what I put on, how I look or create or recreate myself, I'm still going to have who I am in me. So when we come out weighing, okay, these are some new rules of who can and who cannot. Well, if you naturally are a man, then you can't play in a woman's sport. If you naturally are a woman, then you shouldn't play in a man's sport.
Right.
But we've gotten into a time where everybody's included. And if you don't include them, look out.
Look out. The devil is running free, and he gets mad if you don't include him in all of his things. You know, you got to include him too, I guess. So lastly, Simone Biles, the dominance of Simone Biles. Wild hurt, guys, because I've never seen anybody deal with pain and, you know, to do the things that she did being hobbled. I mean, Simone, you're unbelievable.
Yeah, when we talk of determination, you know, that's a huge determination to continue to work. And we're starting to see it a little more and respecting it much more.
Right.
I would like to
as
see
we
her
go along. But Simone has some, and she continued on. But every time she landed, she would land on her good leg and then come down a little soft on the other, which would kind of throw her slightly off balance.
Yeah,
but she hung in there.
I would like to see her go ahead and just announce that she's not going to try to come back in 4 years, only because you've done all that you were expected to do this Olympics. You've done more than what you were expected to do in past Olympics. At this point, the way society is now, the way the world is now, she can offer so much more in a totally different arena, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Just she can deliver so much more, and she can be more of a value to others and herself financially. I would just like to see her just move on, and because we don't want to see what used to be greatness look like it's going to look in 4 years.
No, she says she's going to retire this year.
Okay, I thought she said she didn't. I thought she said she didn't know for sure. But if that's the case, I love it. I'd like to see her deliver her talents in a different arena. And hey, thanks for the greatness.
Thanks for the greatness, Simone.
It's like watching Tiger Woods today. I mean,
who wants to do that?
Yeah, she did a retirement speech 1 day ago.
Good.
Okay,
good
perfect.
For her.
Okay,
good for her.
Great. I love it. I love it.
Go out with some pride.
She'll be a fantastic coach, you know. But she's going to have a family. She's going to take some time away and have a family now.
Let her have a family. Go ahead, have some fun. We all have
and they're
families.
Be
you
athletic.
deserve a family too, Simone.
Yeah, they're going to be athletic because her husband's an athlete,
sure.
you know.
Yeah.
And they're going to make sure that they stay athletically inclined. So.
And she's also going to find out kids don't always turn out the way you want, but have fun with that.
But you know,
I don't think
what though. I tend to slightly disagree on that.
Okay,
because we as parents often don't realize the whole fix on how coming together as a team and raising a family, how important it is.
It is.
So if we're on point, like I always say, they can show them better than they can tell us. If we're on point in a godly family that's grounded, they may want to fall away, it may not, but they'll still be. It's like those kids that are athletic and don't even try. You know,
who are those kids?
Yeah, there's some kids out there that are athletic that don't even try, and because their upbringing, you know what I'm saying, they was taught to be that way, and it's in their blood. It's down in them. So, I mean, Simone, God bless you and your husband, and I pray your family well, and do the right thing, because we got to start raising some productive citizens of this world, that we can turn around some things for the time that we have left on this earth. We got to get it right. We got to get it right.
Go get them, Simone. Yeah. Now, I really want you to have kids. Do something before we get out of here. So I think segue into that, the USA basketball team won the gold medal. And I think Steph Curry was the MVP, but we won't even talk about that. But Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum. Well, let's see what happened to Jason Tatum. I have a little video clip. Listen to this.
He's done with the Olympics. DNP, bro. He's never going to play again. But they just ruined everything for the NBA now. The USA team did. Because now they just built a dynasty. Y'all already told Jaylen Brown he wasn't elite. So he already on a revenge tour, right? They going to come out on bullshit. And now you telling Jason Tatum he the worst player out of all the elites. Pretty much. All the top players in the league on the Olympic team, you telling me I'm the worst one? I'm on that.
We can't find no minutes for you.
You the worst player on the team.
DMP, and I'm the only one to make the first team All-NBA, is ludicrous.
Only one on the roster this year to make first team All-NBA, and y'all telling me I can't compete against Serbia?
Wow.
Well, you know how I feel about clips like that. There were some points in there, but I don't put any value on clips like that. But yeah, I think there was definitely some politics involved. There's no reason why Jaylen Brown should not have at least been considered. There's no reason why Jason Tatum gets there and you can't tell me that you found space for people that were injured to come in and contribute.
Isn't that what they're saying?
I mean, yeah. But again, like I said, I don't. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. But like I said, there's definitely some politics involved, and I just wish that Jaylen Brown may speak on it. I don't think we'll ever hear about what it is from Jason Tatum. He'll take his lumps and keep going. Jaylen Brown at some point he may speak on it.
You know what? Should they speak on it? They won the championship in NBA. They were treated wrongly in the Olympics. They can't control people and the politics of it all. So if they were to linger on that, it only bruised their fortune. You know what I'm saying? So some things are better off just left alone because it's over now. And you have to ride that out and reconsider some things as you go along. But it's only going to bring more fire come the NBA season. And I think that's something that Mr. Kerr and the crew wasn't expecting. Whatever they planned on doing and why they did it, we don't know. But what they did do is they gave these guys more firepower to come back next season and be even better than they were this season. That's the way I see it.
The thing that stood out to me, and now I'm going to throw this in there. Is it really politics or is it going beyond politics, guys? Because we know the Celtics are a God-first team. And Jason Tatum is a devout God person, and it seems like Jaylen Brown is going to there. And are we seeing a little bit of persecution because of the devoutness? Is that what's pulling them? Because I'm beginning to think, I'm beginning to think that they feel like they can just do this to these guys, but they're not doing it to those guys.
Well, I'm going to add one more thing to it. They tried all season long to find something dirty on those guys and couldn't find it.
Right.
Couldn't find it. So when they did get a chance to do something, they did it.
They did it.
They couldn't beat them. They couldn't find no dirt on them. So when they can just not include them in the Olympics and not play another cat in the Olympics, now they feel like they've achieved their thing. So
take your best player and don't play him. Take your best player, all pro, all this, all that, all-star, and don't even play him. Yeah, I think they're trying to send a message. And, Jason, I think you received that message, but you got to stay strong. And just like we said to Jaylen Brown, we love you. We love you, Jason Tatum. You stay on your course. You stay the religious man that you are. You stay on point with God, because that's more important than the Olympics, okay? And when you play these guys, you guys unite together and do it again.
Yeah. You notice I'm silent because I find the entire conversation. Obviously, amongst us, we can have that conversation, but I just find it amazing that they could think that they can do this and it not be a conversation or a topic. Clearly,
Yeah,
it's going to be a topic. Clearly, it's going to be. So they're not afraid of having a conversation
they're not.
because clearly, it's going to stir that conversation. So they're not afraid of it for whatever reason.
Oh, they feel empowered, and well, you know what? That's what makes the struggle real. So the struggle is real, and it goes on. Last on the list, I wanted to, and this just came up inadvertently, so that's why I included it late. And my guys, they don't even really know about it. I sent them an outline late, but as I was going through all this stuff, and you see the clips that we have here and the pictures, and we have to pull up information on all the things we talk about. So we are gathering information every day of the week, if not every hour, on things that we're going to talk about, to be in the know, to talk to you guys and try to bring you a different perspective, different angles to everything that's happening. And then I was going through this, I saw, well, let me refer back to my notes and I'll be able to say it better. Abigail Beam. Abigail Beam had 2 incurable diseases. And the reason why I remember this so well is because when I went and saw the movie, she went to Boston Children's Hospital. And all of us here know Boston Children's Hospital. It's the most famous hospital in the world. People come from all over the place. Me and Eric, we work for a limousine company in which Saudi princes came from Saudi Arabia to bring their kids to Boston Children's Hospital in order for them to get well. And this girl was discharged from Boston Children's Hospital in November of 2011. She was discharged because basically she was sent home to die. But in December of 2011, she fell out of a tree branch. She fell off a tree branch and into a hole there somewhere in the tree because it was a large tree. And she was there for 5 hours. And this short clip is going to describe her experience during that time that she fell into the hole.
Was playing outside and fell 30 feet headfirst down a hollow tree. She hit her head 3 times on the way to the ground and was knocked unconscious.
She says that she went to heaven and sat on Jesus' lap. In her vision, Jesus had a beautiful, long, white robe, dark skin, and a big beard that reminded her of Santa Claus. She saw the golden gates of heaven and her great-grandmother Mimi, who had died a year earlier.
Jesus told her he would heal her, and Annabelle said that as she woke up, a small angel like a fairy was keeping her company.
But was this just a coping mechanism of a little girl stuck inside a tree? Annabelle had 2 incurable diseases affecting her digestion for the past 4 years.
But after her fall, not only did Annabelle not have any head injuries, but she also was cured of her diseases.
Yeah. Well,
I think I heard that story before.
Right. And I remember the book. I didn't read the book. And this movie came out. Okay. Her mother, Chrissy Beam, wrote a book. And it was named Miracles from Heaven. The book was then made into a movie in 2016. And I saw the movie that year. I thought it was remarkable. If you haven't seen it, do so. Today, as I was going through all the internet gathering prep for today in between basketball, football, and other sports-related information, inexplicably, some pictures came up of Annabelle Beam at her prom in 2021. 2021. That was her prom. This happened in 2011. It's now 2024. That little girl became a woman, and she is still cured, living today. So I want you guys to hear her message. Her message is this. What I want to say, she says, is that believe in it if you want. We put this out so that you can have stronger faith, probably a better life. But we're not trying to force it down your throat so you can believe if you want. We put this out there to help you, not to hurt you. And as I thought about that message, all these years later, with the caption that was with her prom pictures, it's similar to what we're doing here at Amazing Grace Sports Network. We encourage you to pray, and we demonstrate to you how to pray because we want to help you. Prayer has changed our lives for the better, and it will do the same for you. We pray every morning at 6 a.m. If anybody out there wants to pray with us at 6 a.m., just send us an email. I'll send you a link and you can join in and we'll pray at 6 a.m. We only do it Monday through Friday, not Saturday and Sunday, because we have so many things going on Saturday and Sunday. We really can't get to it as of yet. Who knows? Our schedule might change. But I'm here to tell you that God will help you in and through every situation you come into. So just give him the chance. Anything you want to add, guys?
Yeah, miracles are happening every day. Some we hear about, some we don't hear about. But one thing about it is it says faith. That faith walk is what it's all about. I mean, it's how you present yourself is how people see you. So they said faith the size of a mustard seed could move mountains. So we have to stay grounded somewhere in our lives, put that time in and understand that, we need God all the time, not just when things are rough, but we need him all the time. Even when things are good, we still need him. And we have to continue to know that in this day and time, things can happen in a twinkling of an eye. You just don't want to be that person that's caught off guard without that covering. So we got to cover each other in prayer like we do each other, on a daily basis, Monday through Friday. But Annabelle, God bless you.
God bless you.
Continue to tell your story, girl.
Good luck. Listen, Eric, we don't have any music to close out. So, you got anything for us? We've done it. Everything's on time. We started on time. We are ending on time, guys. We will try to be punctual as we go forward in life because you guys deserve it. If you want to, be sending out messages that we're going to be on at a certain time, we plan to be there. But since we don't have any music going out, I guess all I can say is amen.
Amen. Amen. Everybody say amen.
Got a third one?
Amen. 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 Hey, we see you guys on Saturday, 9 to 10 a.m. on WEZE. Just click into WEZE and you can go live and then you can pop right in. You can catch us still on our podcast, Amazing Grace Sports Network. We love you guys. See you then.
Ciao. Peace.